Yo. Uh-huh. Rand, Matt, and Tom on the Arenal on the river that probably had bad smell. Rand climbed up onto a mast. They were on a boat, not going very fast. Tom was watching him saying, "Yo, lad, you're going to make everyone down here mad." Rand did acrobatics down to the plank. He looked around and looked for thanks, and no one really liked what he did, but he did a cool little flip. So that kind of saved him in the end. But Tom then really let in to him and said, "Don't do that again. You're going to get killed." And Rand looked up again and saw that he was right. And he was up at a very high height, north, south, east, west. Rand, Tom, Matt are the best. They're on the spray, don't you know, with Bale Doman, and he be doing this. Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know. All right.
Whoa, that took a turn.
All right. Yep. He be doing it slow. They were going slow down the river.
Oh, okay. I thought you said doing this hoe or something. Yeah.
They do be doing this slow. Hi, guys. Hi, welcome.
Hey.
We started with a freestyle.
That was a gift.
Yeah. My heart's racing. I need.
You know what? We're all about getting out of our comfort zones. That's why we're trying to be our authentic selves at all times. We're here. We're trying to demonstrate who we really, really are. We're with no kind of masks, no kind of puppet, strings being pulled. Nothing. We're ourselves. Authentic.
Yeah. That's us.
We have a friend. Let's get our guest in, buddy.
All right. Yeah. You guys all know him. We have a first-time reader. He's been with us pretty much this whole ride. He's in a band called It Looks Like a Black Hole. It's all one word, all lowercase letters. It's a great instrumental band out of the Bay Area of California. Ladies and gentlemen, at home, quietly applaud for our first-time reader named Todd. Woo! Oh, look at you reading dog.
Oh, what's up, guys?
Hey, Todd. Hey, Gravel.
How's it going?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, dude, you guys aren't going to believe this. You're not going to fucking believe this shit.
Break it down. What's going on?
I don't know what happened, but somehow I'm in the story. I'm in the story of Eye of the World. I got transported here somehow. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, man. I'm like,
well, where are you? What part of the book?
Okay, so like we're outside of Whitebridge right now. I'm like hiding out. I found this wall and like Rand. He was like, dude, just stay right here. And Matt and Rand, they took off. I don't know, man. They ditched me. They were like, dude, we don't know who you are. Just stay right here, and good luck.
But you are dressed for the winter, though. It's good to see that you are well protected for the weather. Wow, look at that.
Rand, he gave me these. He's like, here, man. Take these, dude. Dude, he's a great guy.
This is crazy. What do we do with this?
And fades are grody. I agree.
Yeah, there's like some graffiti back here on this wall. It's kind of funny, but let me tell you how I got here, though. Okay, really crazy. I was finishing chapter 26, and it's the part where Matt, Rand, and Tom were about to escape Whitebridge, and then the Fade finds him, and he comes after him, and right when Tom is going to attack the Fade, there's this like blue light that happens, and then all of a sudden I was like in the story.
I don't know what that was all about.
I don't know. I just ended up and I was in the square. I saw like Tom wrestling the Mydraw, and Rand grabbed me. He's like, dude, what are you doing? And I took off with Rand and Matt, and now I'm here.
That is bonkers. Well, you know what? I don't get to ask this of very many people, but do you mind hooking me up with some Two Rivers tobacco? If you're out there. All right, cool.
I can do, bro.
Shoo! I can't wait.
All right, well, hey,
But anyways,
either way, we have to do a show, right? I mean, clearly,
yeah.
Are you safe? Are you in a safe place? It looks like you are. Are there ruffians about?
None, man. You know what? Don't worry about my predicament. We got a live stream to do. Let's take it away.
Can we just give us periodic updates about how you're doing, what's going on? I want to help you find clues on how to get out of the book back in real life, unless you don't want to. That's the question.
No, I got to get back, dude. My wife's gonna kill me, dude.
It seems like Whitebridge has pretty awesome internet. That's something.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. All right, man.
Let's get on with it.
We're doing 3 chapters this week.
3.
First one is Flight Down the Air Now. Todd,
take us through. What do your notes say, Todd?
So we start the chapter. Rand is in one of his dream states again. This surreal, just freaky, super scary. He's saying that distances were deceiving. It's kind of like an MC Escher like maze to me. Like there's passages going, upside down, this way and that way.
That is a good description. That's a good way to visualize it, I think.
Yeah, and Rand's saying that distances were deceiving, but he knows that it's an illusion. He had followed it too many times not to know, which is really interesting. And then he sees Balsamon, of course. So it's one of those crazy dreams where he's coming face to face with Balsamon. And so that's how we begin.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of little tiny details. Like he's clearly been there before.
Right.
He's like a seasoned. He knows the whole routine about it. And he keeps going back to this notion that thinking is not safe here. What do you think of what I mean? Well, as safely as possible. What do you think about the phrase "thinking is not safe here"?
Yeah, it's just Rand going into his just, battle mode and just knowing it's like he gets the lay of the land and he knows what to do. He knows what doesn't work. He's very observant.
Well, he does say it, I think, 3 times. Thinking was dangerous, he knew.
He knew, yeah. Right.
So, I just think he got the lay of the land really quick. He was able to just figure out that he can't do that. He can't think. He's just got to keep moving or else Balsamon will touch him.
Well, let me read this chapter or this entire chapter. You guys sit back, boys.
Okay, got my feet up.
4 scored. No. It says, quote, "For an instant then, just for the length of time it took to breathe, he knew why it was dangerous to think, what it was dangerous to think about. As it had before, every time he allowed himself to think of what surrounded him as a dream, the air shimmered, clouding his eyes. It turned to gel, holding him just for an instant." So there is a specific thing that he seems to be avoiding.
That's right. Yeah.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I guess there's something some force that's like holding him, or it freezes him, kind of like with the Myrddraal. What happens when the Myrddraal stares at you? You become frozen with fear. So I guess thinking like in these dreams opens up like some passage or some avenue where it could be controlled by the Dark One. I don't know.
Okay. No, that works. Right on.
Check out this question. What does this mean? The eye of the world will not help you.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one. I get, I think, the eye of the world, I guess it's this entity that you have to find. I guess, I don't know. I'm still grappling with it. If it's an idea or if it's actually like a thing, or maybe it's like some powerful mechanism that you could use. I don't know. Kind of like like back in Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was
Saruman.
Those things called they were called plantiers, and they were like eyes, and all the plantiers weren't accounted for, and Saruman gets one, and it's like super dangerous, and that's how like Sauron like connects with Saruman or seduces him. So I don't know. I think it's like some type of like weapon, I guess, or some mechanism.
No, you're getting it. You're getting an interesting.
Yeah, right on.
That is an official interesting.
And I think it'll lock into something in chapter 25, but we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
Right. What's another little interesting thing is that Balsamon does not seem to know exactly where Rand is. He is just kind of walking the paths, and when they come face to face, Balsamon is as surprised as a dude with flaming eyes can look. I don't know if they go what, they turn into like fire like exclamation points. Oh,
or like a fire eyebrow.
right. Like anime, yeah. Yeah, and that's when he said the eye of the world can't help you, the light can't help you. Rand says, wait a minute, bro, this is a dream. Balsamon's like, what? And flickers away.
Yeah.
Before flickering away,
he says, you are my hound.
Yeah.
And if you will not course at my commands, I will strangle you with the corpse of the great serpent.
That's great. I'll strangle you with the corpse of the great serpent.
What is that all about?
So I know the serpent is, I read in the glossary, it's like time, I guess.
Okay.
And I guess that's the emblem, right? The serpent that's devouring itself.
So
that's the serpent they're talking about. I think.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I think that's called a borealis. Here
we go.
A snake eating its own ass. Eat my ass.
That's a great serpent controlling. Right. So we have the wheel. This is this is the wheel and the serpent. Boom.
But I love it how Rand realizes the way to escape, like what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he says this is a dream, the dark one. I guess then he fades away. Oh wait.
Well, no, he jumps like into like a room of mirrors.
Oh, right.
And then
the image 1,000-fold, 10,000-fold.
Mm-hmm. And then suddenly Balsamon seems like he's right behind him because there's 10,000 Balsamons. And then their faces kind of blended together. It seems there was only one face in those endless mirrors, his own face, Balsamon's face, one face.
Oh, right. That's crazy. Oh, yeah. That graphic, that imagery will be amazing on the show. They could really do a lot of cool stuff with that.
Right. I'm picturing the music right now, and it's I'm feeling pumped. Woo-hoo.
What do you think is that so what do you make of that image? I mean, so he's looking at mirrors and then he sees like the superimposition of the dark one of Balsamon's face over his face. What does that make you? Where's your brain go when you read that?
That makes my brain hurt, man. It's like I guess they're one and the same or something. I don't know. Just what that implies is pretty intense, and I got to think about it some more.
Right on.
Right. We got a question from Discord. Do you think these dreams Rand keeps having signify anything in particular?
Yeah, he's definitely wanted by the Dark One.
Wanted. Rand walks these streets with a 6-string on his back. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, I love that. That's awesome.
Bon Jovi break. Sorry, guys. Bon Jovi break.
It's one thing to improvise. It's another thing to improvise spoiler free. I could hear like and so many things you can go with that, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, well, can't talk about that. Can't talk about that.
Nope. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh, you know what we got to bring up is
I'm looking at the
I guess the dark one. Or I guess no, Rand gets like pinched, or he gets pricked by like some thorn on the wall or something.
Correct. His finger. Yeah. He got what? Yeah. What was it? What did he get?
You know what? I was distracted. He got what?
He got pricked.
By like you said prick.
Let me guess. Later on, he was fingering the pricked,
and then he sucked on his finger. It was like, yeah, blood.
Robert Jordan, man, he's getting kinky.
Kinky, indeed. All right. So yeah, he does wake up. He's on the spray. Bail Dome and shit. It do be going slow. It's on the but it seems like he's pushing him pretty hard. There's blood on his finger. And they're cruising down the air now. Tom Maryland.
The wind is against them constantly, right? Don't they mention that? Like the wind is not in their favor. It's like constantly blowing at them.
Great. I didn't notice that. That's actually
good. It said by day the swoops worked from sunrise to sunset, but the wind fought them as if it wanted to push the boat back upriver.
Wow. And I keep referring back to what Alan said when he was our guest, and he said, nothing's on accident.
That's what I had thought. I was like, man, great. Now, like the dark one is controlling the weather. I mean, I guess he is because like the winter is like so long.
We had actually.
Okay. Fascinating. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of.
We had actually hoped to have either Alan or Ian on today to be our nautical expert for this chapter, but neither was available. So, but they did try. But that would have been cool because there's a couple of terms in here that I really don't understand. I'm not a boat guy.
Shiver me timbers.
I did take one sailing trip once back in early 2000s. I know a little bit about it. Yeah, I took a sailing trip to the Channel Islands. It was like a surf trip.
Oh, yeah?
It was on a 90-foot schooner.
There's a good whale watching out there, too.
We didn't see any whales, but I caught amazing waves.
Nice. Did you have to do this?
Tie down the main mast, matey.
Totally. Yeah. And, they talk about, Gleb, how he has to go in the bilge.
Yeah, Gelb, Florent Gelb.
So I had to do that. That was one of my duties once. I was a bilge troll.
One of your what?
What?
Yeah.
A bilge troll?
Yeah, and it's underneath the ship, and we had a diesel engine running the schooner, and I had to put diapers around the diesel engine because it was like
God, please.
Diapers?
Diapers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What? What?
I think you're bilge trolling us right now.
This has got to stop.
And now I really wish we had a nautical expert to explain the use of a diaper in the bilge.
Yeah.
Anyways, we do meet Florent Gelb. Florent Gelb doesn't seem to like our young heroes all that much and is blaming them for the Trollocs, more or less. Tom seems to be the best stowaway ever. Well, not stowaway, but best kind of guy. He's out there like backslapping with the guys and telling jokes and just having a good old time, it seems, with them.
Totally.
But it did say that when Gelb's eyes fell on Rand, however, or on Matt or Tom, murder flashed across his long-nosed face.
Freaky, yeah. And I guess Gelb was trying to spread rumors about Tom, Matt, and Rand, and saying that they're in league with the Trollocs and possibly like dark friends. I don't know. Shoot. Or does he do that? Yeah. He's kind of like trying to get the crew against them. Yeah.
Correct.
Like a Total ass. Yeah.
And once again, we have Rand just sitting there observing, right? Just taking it all in. He notices that the captain hears everything. He notices that Tom is jovial and amiable and the life of the party. But once the rumors start flying, he skirts away and he starts watching from afar. All these things that we get to see because Rand has this kind of observing eye that you've pointed out a bunch of times, Todd.
I like what he sees. I guess the first thing he sees are, they're on the river and they go between these high bluffs.
Mm-hmm.
And,
I think right now you're between some high bluffs.
and they see these ancient carvings that are 100 feet tall. And I guess they're kings and queens. They're very decayed, almost featureless. And to me, it's a total homage to Lord of the Rings in a sense. There's parts where they have like immense, huge towers, like statues of people.
Correct. And there's one specific tower that they point out that looks like it's made of metal.
Yes.
It's 200 feet high, it looks like. Shining steel by the look and feel, but not a spot of rust. 200 feet high, B, as big around as a house with no mark on it and never an opening to be found.
Not a spot of rust.
Weird. What do you think of that?
So this really opened it up for me. When I just read Shining Metal, like, Robert Jordan is taking it now from fantasy and melding it into like science fiction, I think.
Okay.
I was like so excited about this. And then, the captain goes into this long story. Well, I guess Matt, let's talk about Matt though.
I know. Let's talk about that.
So like Matt,
little rascal.
So Rand's like totally taken aback by this and in awe of it. But I guess Matt is like, oh, there's treasure inside.
Right.
They're trying to protect something.
There do be gold in there.
But then that segues into the captain, which he goes into this awesome part and just tells about his travels through the world and like what he's seen. And it just really opened up like the whole genre of the book to me.
Correct. We hear of a place called Tree Malking. We hear of people called the Sea Folk searching for the Kuramor, their chosen one. We hear that there may be treasure under an enormous statue of a guy who's like half buried holding a sphere or something like that, right? What is it? A stone hand 50 feet high sticking out of the hill, clutching a crystal sphere as big as his vessel.
Yes. And then the one that blew me away was, I guess, there's this island that's encased in this crystal lattice. And when the moon rises, it hums. And then he talks about like light sticks, razor lace, heartstone.
Yeah.
So this, like, I was like really excited about this because this opens up so many questions in my mind.
Well, it certainly does show that the boys have been kind of sheltered, and there's all kinds of stuff. And a pirate, or not a pirate, but a captain of a ship is obviously going to be more well-traveled. And we just get a hint of what some of these lands are, I guess, huh?
Yeah. And I love the captain. He starts off by saying, there may be stranger things in the world than this, though. Like, oh, man. And I love it because
this is relevant. What is your impression of Bale Domond? And can we get your best impersonation, please?
Yeah, I think it's like a kind of like a Scottish accent with a pirate kind of tone.
All right, yeah. So you could read.
I don't know.
You can either read a passage for us in your best Bale Doman voice, or you could just start improvising, like going to the store, just whatever.
Man, I'd have to just read that one part you said.
Oh, I was so hoping you were gonna say we should do a rap battle.
Oh, no, not
That's-
that.
You'd be scared, it seems to me, because every sucker rapper wants to battle me.
I'll say this one. How about this? There be stranger things in the world than this, though.
Ooh. Nice.
So, I don't know. But
Listen, boy.
it's kind of like a Sean Connery.
Yeah, I do be a Bale Doman. Welcome to the spray. Or what is the spray? The shh. Never have Sean Connery teach your dog to sit.
Okay. What else do you not want him to do?
Please do tell.
That's all I want to talk about. Sean Connery. He doesn't deserve our time. He's kind of a problematic individual.
But wait, let me tell you something about what this part of the book did to me. Like, it was amazing because throughout this whole book, while I'm reading it, I was asking myself a question, whether this is on the planet, our planet Earth, or if this is another planet.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been looking for clues, wait, kind of like,
yes, okay.
And but you got to ask this question, in a fantasy sci-fi book. So is this Earth or is it another planet? I think it is Earth because they mention the moon and they say the word Earth when they're talking about describing the terrestrial, nature of the land.
Okay.
So I'm assuming this is Earth that we're on. And then that asks the question, is this in the future or is it in the past?
Okay, sure. Right on. No, go on.
These are things I think about as I'm been reading this book the whole fucking time.
Right.
No, yeah.
So this chapter really blew it open for me, in that sense. I think, I don't know. I was could it be in the past? But they're talking about hundreds of thousands of years that have gone by. So, man, it's got to be the future, I think. Hundreds and thousands of years past our civilization.
Don't be crazy, okay?
Okay, right on. I like that. All right.
Do you guys think
Marty Beck says very cool thoughts?
What'd you say?
Do you guys think this is Earth? Or is it just another planet? I don't know.
Colloquially, it's known as just Wheel of Time place.
Right. And that's what's so trippy about fantasy books. You don't know, with Game of Thrones, you don't know if it's, you don't know where it is. If it's on another planet, I don't know.
Okay.
Everybody, this is unprecedented. We have an open door policy in our show, and it turns out that someone is walking into our door as we speak. Let's all welcome to the show, Alan, our nautical expert from We'll Read. All right, you know the song. Alan!
What's up, guys? Sorry about the lighting. I'm on my phone in a car right now, so I'm not driving.
Yeah,
that is so sexy. You have a chauffeur?
Yeah, no. I'm just in a parking lot. So, if a cop just comes and knocks on my window because that's what I'm doing, I'll just show him puppets and say I'm on a really weird version of Sesame Street right now. I can't talk to you.
Well, you came on at the perfect time because we are at the point where Rand decides to go a little exploring on the boat.
Sure.
He ends up going up on a mast, and so I'm hoping that maybe you can help give us some terms or some definition to some of these terms here.
Sure.
Let me see. The first one is what is the stays? So it says 4 days into the trip downriver, found Rand atop the mast, sitting on the blunt end with his legs wrapped in the stays.
Yeah. So the stays are anything that holds up the boat. So you have normally a backstay and a forestay, which one runs to the back of your boat. It's a cable that runs from the top of the mast to the back of the boat. And then a forestay that runs a cable or rope, if you're old boats, that runs from the top of the boat to the front of the boat. And then on the sides, they're called shrouds, but they're also sometimes referred to as stays as well. But they're ropes that go from either side and basically keep the mast from just falling over.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's like when you put up a new tree and you have a rope on either side, just kind of keeping it steady.
Yeah. So like when the wind blows to the sail, it's a lot of pressure. So if the mast was just sitting up by itself, most likely it would just fall over if there wasn't ropes holding it up. So yeah.
Right.
Okay. But you can also use those for support when you're at the very top, obviously.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And I guess stays is self-explanatory then. It just helps it stay.
Yeah. You got it. A lot of things on boats are named for really stupid reasons like that. Like the boom on the boat is the pole that swings from side to side, and it goes boom when it hits your head. So, like,
or when it hits a trollic.
Or when it hits a trollic, yes.
Yeah. Well done, Todd.
The mast is up.
Oh my.
Yeah, what is the mast?
The mast is the big stick in the middle of the boat. It holds the sails up.
Hey, man.
All right. So when Rand is up there having God knows whatever is going on with him, how crazy is that?
You know, it's when you're underway, it's very crazy. When I say underway, when the boat's moving, we go to the top of the mast quite often when we're in harbor to fix things up there. Because things can go wrong. Ropes can come out of pulleys, or lights can go bad, or whatever. So we go up there and fix stuff all the time. But occasionally, when you're underway, you'll send someone up there because if you're racing, I race sailboats. And if you're racing and something goes wrong, sometimes you got to send someone up. And if you can just imagine just a physics type thing, if the boat's moving a couple inches at the ground level, when you get to the very top, it's moving a lot, like a few feet of bounce and waves on the water level will be like several feet of just jarring motion back and forth at the top.
Oh wow!
So it's kind of scary up there. It's not a safe place to be if you're not in a harness. I've never free climbed a mast before. I've always been in a harness, so with multiple attachments in case one line goes bad.
So essentially what we have is Rand sitting on top with his feet just kind of wrapped around the ropes. Right. Like just holding him and he's just, his arms are free. And then at one point he even lets go of his legs and is balancing while just sitting on top of this pole then, right?
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's another term. What is a forestay? So
we talked about the stays. Yeah, the forestay is the line that runs to the front of the boat. So the fore versus the backstay. So the backstay would run to the back, the forestay runs to the front.
Which is a little too binary for me. I'd like there to be more of a continuum of stays.
I'm so dumb. I didn't even make those connections between stays and a forestay. I'm like, well, that's obviously something different.
Not the same thing.
So he's sitting up there.
Very important question. Sorry, very important question. What is the poop deck named for?
It's actually where all the magic happens on the boat. That's normally it's normally the main deck of all the work. I don't really know where it gets. It's not from feces. It's not from actual. I can't remember where it gets its name from. There's actually a story behind it, but I don't remember. But yes, it is.
Sure to smash our like button and.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, I guess another question. So it says men on their knees scrubbing the deck with smooth stones. Is this just some wheel of time way of cleaning a deck?
With smooth stones would probably be like sandpaper. So One thing you're always constantly doing with wooden boats. I mean, I used to own a boat that had a lot of teak, which is a very, very good wood for boats because it's good for around water. And you're constantly having to sand it down and re-oil it. Just because otherwise it dries out and gets cracked up, and you have to rough it up to get the oil to soak in the right way. So it's just constant maintenance, and they probably don't have sandpaper in this age, so the stones probably just act as sandpaper.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. Yeah,
they're sanding the boat. Yeah.
Oh, right on, cool. Right on. So we have Rand in a crazy spot then, where he's sitting up there and just lets go and is just balancing. Tom seems to have freaked out, because he's like, boy, hey, bro.
Boy.
boy, come down.
And Rand's like, oh, okay, no problem. Whoa, he jumps and grabs onto it, hooks his leg down, slides down, woo, and does like a flip at the end, and even bows. People clap.
Oh, Rand.
Yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't imagine doing that on any boat I've ever been on. Usually the angle of the forestay from the top of the mast to the bow is very, 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 it's not like a zip line. It's like a sheer drop off. Like,
wow.
Like it just, yeah.
And it says that he got faster and faster, I think, as he got down.
Oh, sure. Yeah. It's like free
makes sense. Yeah. Wow. So what are your thoughts, Todd, about Rand's little adventure here?
Yeah, he's having a moment up there. Channeling something. It's kind of I don't know. It's a Kate Winslet Titanic moment, you know, but by himself. He doesn't have Leonardo DiCaprio.
And it's funny, we don't even hear him climbing up. He's just there. It's like 4 days later, there he is, and he's looking down. He's like, I've been this high before, but there were all trees in the way. And that's not the same thing. I mean, climbing a tree is not the same thing as sitting on top of a moving boat mast.
Yeah, trees are a lot more stable.
Yeah.
They might sway a bit, but they're not like a boat.
And it was actively moving. He looks down. He sees the oars are out. He's like, oh, it looks like a little spider. How funny.
Yeah.
He sees all these things from a new perspective, and is really just kind of like exalted almost and joyous about the whole thing, it seems.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
she's having a great old time.
But then reality hits, Anthony, right? We got a boy. Reality hits, and he has to sit down, and he's like, boom, what did I just do? And I definitely noticed Tom noticing that, right?
Tom is so understated too. If Rand's like, oh, you want me to come down? He's like, I would appreciate it greatly.
But when he gets down, there's someone else there on the front of the boat.
When he
when he jumps down at the front of the boat on the bow, someone else is sitting up there. Isn't that right? Wasn't it Matt? Is it Matt sitting up there?
Let's see. He knew Matt.
Because Matt was around. This is when he sees Matt with the dagger for the first time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. He turns around and Matt's holding the dagger up there, like hiding it from everybody else in the very front of the boat.
You're correct.
Right.
Totally right. When you're saying up there, you're saying the front. I'm hearing up there.
I was like, no one else was up there.
No. Up the mast again.
Sorry, front of the boat. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. He was there, and we see it for the first time, and he looks crazy with it.
Yeah.
Right, but he did find a loophole. He's like, well, he didn't give it to me. I took it. So
first doesn't count.
Loophole, baby. But yeah, he does seem a little weird, I guess. He doesn't even want to. He's like, they're all dead, buddy. This is it's just us. And Rand finally has to talk him into admitting that he was being a bit pessimistic about the whole thing. He's like, they're alive, and he's like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on before we go. I want to jump in with a question.
Okay.
All right. This is from Zool. I'll say her name once. Why do you think Matt doesn't want even Tom to know about the dagger? do you think Matt is right to think that even Tom might be tempted to steal it?
Yeah, it sounds like, Matt's, he gets off on these notions, kind of on these tangents about like treasures and like sacred objects, and like he thinks everybody's like trying to. I think he thinks everybody else is thinking like him. He always wants to get treasure, and like I don't know. So yeah, I think he is thinking Tom might steal it or something.
Right on.
It's a Matt thing to think, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So you don't believe that Tom would actually steal it. You think he's just thinking crazy thoughts, right?
I think Tom, if he knew about it, he would be like, "Get rid of that knife, boy. Get rid of that dagger. Throw it overboard." I don't know.
Well, and Tom has been doing like a personal like Montessori as far as like circus, how to do circus stuff. This is, I don't know how to do one goddamn circus thing. Like I can't ride a unicycle, I can't juggle, I can't fucking I can't do anything circus. I can't walk a tightrope. There's nothing I do circus. I can't even do like a cartwheel, really.
I mean, can you dress up like a clown and run around in circles?
I mean, yeah, I'm a master of confetti, but that's not a real circus like skill.
Yeah.
And grease paint like that kind of gives me acne. I don't,
Yeah.
Marty X is being a clown. I think this is okay. All right, we're getting requests. Let's see a cartwheel.
I told you I can't do it.
A puppet cartwheel.
I'm like one of those 4-year-olds that like puts their hands down and then says, "Look, Dad," and you're like, "It has to go over your head, honey." And they're like, "Okay."
And then you do it again.
How was that? And you're like, "That was so much better." And you're like, "That wasn't better."
I mean, I don't know why we're assuming they're asking us to do the cartwheel, but we can move on.
I want videos of y'all.
Let's do the cartwheel. If I just do this, and then
ow, 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 ow.
That was like,
ow.
Try it.
Did cartwheel in the car.
It's like a Dukes of Hazzard move. You're mid-turn. It's like, now Alan doesn't know this, but there's some crocodiles down in that ravine. And then you're all, and then you do the
the Dukes of Hazzard move always sounds fun until you actually try it drunk, and it just never turns out as smooth when you're trying to jump into a vehicle through the window.
Forget about it. Yeah.
I mean, that show was about bootleggers, right?
It was, yes, but I've definitely tried myself, and it's not as graceful at all.
I was basically assuming that's how you got into the car you're in right now. You
not on the line, roll the window down.
That's why everyone's honking as they run by and like, "Fuck you," because he has a big Confederate flag on his car, Ryan. It's bright orange and a big Confederate flag.
Yes,
fuck yeah. You're like, "Hey," and you'll hit the horn. It's like deep in the heart of yeah, that's what criminals should drive, is this big orange car with a big old Confederate flag. And a horn that plays "I Wish I Was in Dixie."
Yeah. No, the doors do not open.
No.
That's too liberal.
Yeah, no.
Too liberal to have doors. We don't swing.
We don't need doors.
Our doors don't swing.
So, and then Tom, we end this chapter with Tom saying, "All right, well, while you're here, let's like and subscribe and share."
Yeah.
All right, boy, like and subscribe and hit that thumb.
So we're gonna move into a mid-show break. Once again, we have 3 chapters and we're halfway through, so we're gonna have to chug along in the next half of the show. Okay. Alan, you're completely free to hang out with us. What's your call?
I'll probably go and watch on YouTube actually, because I'm in a car and I'm going to be going in and out doing other things. But yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming, man. Everyone,
man.
Everybody.
He does only good deeds. Tell him from the Will Reads.
Thank you.
Our nautical expert.
Thank you.
Our senior nautical expert.
Our boat goat. Oh shit.
Oh
yes. I'm out. I can't do better.
Bilge troll.
He's the boat. All right, buddy.
All right.
I love y'all.
All right.
Okay, so everybody, we are going to take a mid-show break, and we have a very special mid-show break entertainment for you. We have Dan's band
from back in the day. Yeah, it's been 10 years, but this is my old band.
So this is Dan's old band. You're going to be seeing Dan playing drums, Dan playing bass, right?
Bass. The second song, I think I'm playing bass, and then drums again.
The multi-instrumentalist. But check this out. This is Varth. We're going to take roughly a 10-minute break. We'll be back for the second half.
That's my old band. Go give him a
Dude,
hand.
Dan, that was awesome.
There you go. There you go.
Best band in the land.
Dan, I didn't know you're a multi-instrumentalist, man. That's badass.
I'm not gonna say I'm a jack of all trades. I'll say I'm like a 7 or 8 of all trades.
Beautiful. Cheers.
Cheers. Yes. Here.
Cheers. So what's that production company? All done? Is that like your bandmates, like surf, like video?
Yeah.
thing,
So
or-
we had played at my guitarist and singer's house. It was literally like a pitching wedge away from the sand. That was the surf break, actually, right outside the house in Sunset Beach. And so we played there, and he recorded the stuff and did the videos. And his name was Alden, and so it was Aldon.
Oh, clever. I like it. Very cool, dude.
Yeah, I miss playing.
Me too.
All right, we got some cooking chapters here, so let's jump into this, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So Perrin, Perrin, Elias, and Egwin, and what's the horse's name, Ryan?
What's the horse's name?
Yeah, Egwin's on a horse. I think.
Yeah, what is it? I can't remember what the horse's name is.
If you're gonna make me freestyle rap, I'm gonna throw stuff at you. Come on, baby.
No.
No. Okay. That's the horse's name. All right, so they're with Bella. They're riding with all the wolves. They get to a copse of trees, and these 3 big ass mastiffs come out looking super crazy. And Elias kind of does like his little. I can't even whistle, but he does like this whistle, and suddenly they're all friends. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a high pitched whistle. Then it goes down low as he brings his fingers down or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like total, just badass. I love it.
It said that they had been walking 3 days before they found the dogs. And that the dogs were the guard dogs to a tinker camp. Parents pretty stoked. Parents like, God damn it. Yeah, I'd love it. I've never wanted someone I knew had a Pinker pot. Pinker tot. A tinker pot.
Dun, 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 dun.
But
Yeah, but apparently the Tinkers don't go into the 2 rivers, and it's not really known why.
Yeah. So they walk into this place and they see.
Hey, peace, man, far out. Groovy, I'm a hippie.
they see some like drum circles.
Oh man, it is.
Julie.
It's Burning Man.
Yeah. There's henna. There's henna going on over here.
There's Grateful Dead posters everywhere. Like,
yeah, I think someone has like a vegan falafel stand over here.
Don't forget to rate us, comment, and subscribe.
The Tinker's place is crazy. Like, there's crazy colors that even hurt the eye.
right, yeah.
Apparently, Egwin is like, yeah, Tinkers will steal your babies, right? They're going to steal everything, including your babies. That's kind of fucked up. But
Perrin's like, oh, they fix things really well.
Right. And he that's what he does for a living, is he kind of fixes metal stuff. So,
oh yeah, that's why I didn't think about that. Shoot.
So yeah, there's fiddles playing, there's people dancing. It's like the way it's described. A few people danced like rainbow-hued hummingbirds.
Fun.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, I mean, then this can't be Chekhov's Ravenfield hummingbird. We got to give it to him.
Oh.
What's that dance look like?
Oh, show me, right? Come on. Oh, me?
I prompt you.
Ole! God. Are my eyebrows okay? God, they always flop.
There you go, dude.
So there's a greeting here.
Yes.
He meets an old man, and the old man says, "You're welcome to our fires. Do you know the song?" Elias, yeah. Elias does a bow. Your welcome warms my spirit, Madi, as your fires warm the flesh, but I do not know the song. And he says, then we still seek. As it was, so shall it be. But if we but remember, seek and find. The meal's almost ready. Come join us. So then there was this little bit of like, I guess, protocol that they kind of went through. We learned the term Madi is the tinker term for seeker, but his name's Leaf. No, Rain. I'm sorry, Rain. I knew I knew it was a 4-letter nature. Sorry, not Leaf. His name is Rain. And Madi is his title. And I think that's it seems like he's not the only Madi then.
Hey Todd.
Yes.
Lay it down. What is the song?
So the song apparently was lost during the breaking of the world. And I guess Elias, he's explaining this.
Correct.
And he kind of breaks it down. And, the Tinkers are looking for this song. And if found, Paradise of the Age of Legends returns. And I guess they've been looking for 3,000 years. They
don't even know what it is.
Yeah, they don't even know, but they'll know when they know. Or when they find it, they'll know.
I think that's what the Supreme Court said about pornography. You'll know it when you see it.
Yeah, after that one senator watched like thousands of hours of like porn, he's like, "Yep, you know what porn is when you see it."
Exactly.
Delusions of Grendel says the song is "It's the Song That Never Ends" from Lamb Chop.
Ooh.
Are you sure it's not the Baby Shark song?
We could have some more guesses.
Oh man, I hope it's not the Baby Shark song. My kids were so into that one, dude.
It's probably some like Tuvan throat singing. The song is like,
that would be way cooler.
Guys, I do a mean Baby Shark. I'm not going to do it now, but I do a mean Baby Shark.
Okay. Before the episode's over, I want a sample.
I'll have to get my guitar.
Oh,
heck yeah, dude.
So in the meantime, we see that.
Okay, another guess. It's Sandstorm by Darude.
Ryan, can you give me the first 6 bars of that, please?
I feel like these people are talking in a foreign language.
No, come on. We know that song.
Sandstorm by Darude?
Yeah.
Or is it Rude? Darude?
I don't know this song.
There was a mighty sandstorm, but on the mountain there a wren was born, but our woman died right there. Yeah. But she had nice red long hair. Why'd they fight?
Don't.
Maidens rule. All right, let's move on. We gotta go.
Oh yeah, we got a lot to talk about because something really big's coming up, I think.
Yes. So we meet Aram. Aram is like, what's up, baby? Swipe. Aram like totally swipes right on Egwin. Egwin seems like she swipes right too.
Yep.
They kind of.
You want to show her the way.
I like what Perrin thinks. Aram has more than his share of good looks.
Nice. So Aram and Egwin, the tension you could cut with a sharp bladed butter knife.
Very.
I suppose. And Perrin kind of interrupts their little stare fest and mentions, hey, why are you letting them dogs play with your kids? Those dogs are pretty big. And my friend Todd, you finally learned the way the leaf is.
Jesus.
The way of the leaf.
Did you know that it was like a thing in this book, first of all?
Okay. Initially, I knew it was in the book somewhere, but I thought it would be like further into the books. I was so surprised. I was like blown away. Like it just kind of like just fell just right out. I just didn't expect it in this chapter, basically. Yeah, it would just be way far off.
So Ryan and I have adopted the philosophy of the traveling hippies, more or less.
Yes. But you listen to way better music. No.
Which suits us just fine. Are you kidding me? Did you hear those fiddles and pipes and flutes?
Oh, yeah, man. I heard them.
So we hear that the way of the leaf is... Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. All kidding aside, Todd, we chose the way of the leaf for a reason. And...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think you've known me a long time. Like I'm a lifelong, we're not a lifelong pacifist. I'm trying to work on living the most nonviolent, don't tread on me, or don't tread on the world, leave a soft footprint lifestyle for a very, very long time. I think one of the reasons I am this way is because I've read this series, honestly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, it fits you, man. I totally understand now.
And check this out.
Oh, wait.
Oh, so Scott in the chat earlier, I wanted to point this out. He said, after this year, I'm not sure we will see fun times like this again. And I think we all know what he's talking about. This year has been rough, and it feels like it's going to get rougher. And regardless of what we all fall on the spectrum, I think we could all agree that we hope that we get through this year with the least amount of harm and the least amount of irreparable damage. And I think that if more people followed the way of the leaf, the world would be obviously a better place. But I think we'd be able to get through this times better.
Right. Try hard and be kind and have fun.
I agree.
Simple, man.
100,000%, man.
The way that Robert Jordan describes it is wonderful. And especially his axe analogy, where he says, oh, okay, the axe cuts down that helpless tree, but you think that there's no damage to the axe? The axe gets blunted. The sap will rust it. The violence that it throws onto the helpless or those that can't help themselves, more or less, such as that tree, the violence that is put upon them remains with the instrument that caused the violence in the first place. And that's something that I've embraced. Is like I've when I was way younger, I was a bit more reactionary in my actions. And anytime you think of any of that stuff now, it's just really with kind of a regret and a Jesus, why did I do that? And I never really it wasn't even like me hurting someone. It was just me just being just being a jerk. And yeah, that stuff, when you think about it, you don't think of, I kicked that guy's ass. You think, Jesus, what came over me? What happened there? Why did that happen? And so that sort of violence that they're talking about is that is inflicted on the person who commits it. Right. That's how I embrace that. And and that's pretty much why I am pacifist as well. I avoid conflict, especially physical or violent conflict.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Todd is a goddamn bar fighter. We've been trying to get Todd to follow the way of the leaf. The secret thing that we're trying to get here is Todd is constantly he's a pugilist going into bars. Hey, look at that guy. He's actually hiding wounds from his latest bar fight. He got all scratched up, so he put those things on his arms.
If if someone hits me, I'm gonna hit him back. No.
I run away. What? So this actually was a pretty integral chapter for not only our show here, obviously, but also for who we are. Ryan and I we've shared instances where we walked away from a situation, and I think that really kind of solidified. Because Ryan's a giant guy. There isn't like that sort of issue. It was more, I'm sure in the long run we feel better about the decision we made not to inflict that sort of thing upon ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Ryan?
Oh, hell yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
And if you want to become a Patreon subscriber, we'll tell you that story.
Awesome, guys. I love everything about just the introduction of this philosophy in the book, and it's spot on with what I've experienced with Ryan and stuff. It's great.
And we have this, and then such a tonal shift also, just kind of going into the narrative analysis, to bring this in now, when all we've seen up to this point is just upheaval through violence, fear of violence, death and destruction, and then all of a sudden we meet these people who are saying there's another way.
Perrin's kind of taken aback. I think he's like,
right, and he wants to keep talking to him about it. Yeah. And Elias is like, hey, you've been trying to get all the village kids to don't do that here, kind of thing. So it seems like they try and recruit according to Elias.
And I guess this is like a issue. Like they run into a lot of trouble because of this, the Tinkers, because they try to bring people into their way of their belief of life, and they get in a lot of trouble, I guess, around cities, and cities don't let them in.
Yeah, I mean, do you want a bunch of Arabs, talking to your children?
Yeah, hey.
Swipe.
He's
just like going around. All he wants is to swipe.
Guy just oozes sex. Oozing sex.
One of our questions in Discord is, what is your favorite Tinker?
Oh, who is my favorite Tinker?
Yeah, who of all the ones we've met, who is your favorite so far?
Rain's a pretty cool guy. I mean, I like how he's very measured, and like the way he reacts with Elias and Perrin. They kind of come at the philosophy of the way of the leaf. They kind of like take it on. It becomes like a moral discussion, and about the use of violence, and so Rain. He's always measured, and like he never gets angry, and like he kind of talks it through with Elias and Perrin, explaining his philosophy. And I like Rain's wife too, Isla. Is that her name?
Hi, kitty.
Oh yes. You know what? I have to let her out. Actually, she's like going crazy.
Hey, that's the way.
Yeah. Go take care of Kitty Cat, man.
Everyone in the audience, they're good. They understand the way.
All right, is he gone? All right.
Oh my god.
So when he said that one thing, my jaw dropped. Right, I was like, "Holy shit!" Todd said that.
He's so completely.
And then
everything. Is this guy going to get anything right? It's
so great. Like here.
I hear you.
Oh, there he is. Oh. All right. So we hear some talk about. We hear the what? Well, can you try to pronounce the old tongue name for these traveling folk?
Oh yes, this is a good one. Tuathan.
Okay.
I think that's
okay.
it.
Okay. Right on.
I hear that how many calories per serving of Tuathans can you have?
So
real quickly, this is a nice question from Discord. Elias seems to know many, many things. Can you guess his history?
I can't yet. I know. I don't know. I don't know yet. I have to read more. It's kind of a question. It's kind of a question mark, you know.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but he does know a lot. I guess I guess they go into this conversation because this is a good segue, actually.
Mm-hmm.
They start, after dinner, they have a conversation about, or Rain brings up something that he wants Elias to like listen to. But I don't know. I don't know what Elias's history is, man.
Well, Elias does seem intentionally a little evasive. Perrin had said, "You sure know a lot about Trollocs," and Elias is like, "Go on with your story." He doesn't really address that stuff. Hey, Wolf Boy, Hopper, or Grapple, or who is that? That was
Wolfman's got nards.
Go on.
Oh, okay. So we hear this story about the eel. There's mention of that the Tinkers are not really welcome. The eel men avoid them. Rain said sadly. Though many of us have tried to speak with them, they watch us from a distance, but they won't come near us. They won't come near us nor let us come near them. So the IEL avoid the Tinkers. But this one group ran into a band of, it's called the Maidens of the Spear. There's a word in italics there. Go ahead and pronounce that for me.
Oh, dang it. I don't have it.
Okay. It begins
yeah.
R.
I didn't write that down in my notes.
That's okay. That's okay. It's no big deal. So these it says here, IO girls don't have to tend house and cook if they don't want to, boy. The ones who want to be warriors instead join one of the warrior societies. Far Dares my.
Oh, I did write it down. Crap.
Okay. The Maidens of the Spear and fight right alongside the men. They came across a bunch of women that were all dead except for one. And
bloody and dying.
But beforehand, it looks like they had got hit by Trollocs or something. Elias sits up, is like, what? Trollocs there? They call it the dying ground. Did you write down that one?
I did not. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
But I did write
Kashar, I think it is. 100 miles into the waste? Impossible. So
yeah, I'm taking it back.
So there was one that was dead. As for the girl, she would not let anyone touch her, even to tend her wounds. But she seized the seeker of that band by his coat, and this is what she said, word for word. Quote, Leaf Blighter means to blind the eye of the world, lost one. He means to slay the great serpent. Warn the people, lost one. Sight burner comes. Tell them to stand ready for he who comes with the dawn. Tell them, tell them. And she fucking dies right there, like mid-sentence.
Bloodied, and just dies. Yeah.
So they don't know what that whole thing meant at all. So it doesn't. I don't fault you if you don't know what it means. But do you have any thoughts?
So let me take a stab. So I guess Leaf Blighter and Sightburner are Aiel names for the Dark One, which we find out.
Right on.
And I don't know what it means. Like, I guess, the great serpent is time. And I guess this gets into like a part of the conversation where like Elias even gets like a little uncomfortable and he like wants to like end it, I think. But I don't know who is ready or who comes with the dawn. I guess that's the Dragon Reborn.
Well, okay. He who comes with the dawn, you said it is the Dragon Reborn?
Yeah.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah, so the Sightburner wants to blind the eye of the world and end time. And so I don't know what. I guess the eye of the world is something very coveted and like sought after, I think. It's a very powerful tool, I guess.
Right.
Still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about what it is and what it means.
Okay. Right on. I think you did well. So then so here's go ahead.
I like how they follow I guess they follow like the trail of blood from this maiden of the spear, and they find like a bunch of dead Trollocs too and other like maidens of the spear, right? But you know what this makes me think of?
Talk to me, babe.
I remember to something back, back to a fever dream that Tam Thor had. Right?
Okay.
Didn't he like talk about like? I mean, it's a fever dream, so it's like all crazy and it's all disjointed and like, and he mentioned something about the women fight along the men, and that caught my attention. I was like, wait, what? That reminds me of like Tam Thor's fever dream. Anyways, I don't know.
Okay.
Interesting.
Tam Thor. Right on. And here's the other part where it seems like Elias might be kind of evading her a little bit because he cuts her off again. When she said, "When I saw you were walking into our camp, I thought perhaps we would find the answer at last since you were..."
Oh, yeah. And that's where he ends.
And Elias made a quick motion with his hand, and Rain changed what he is going to say. "Are a friend and know many strange things. Not about this." And it just like stopped it. So any thoughts on that? What Elias might have been like signaling?
Yeah, he doesn't want Perrin to know about his history or like what other things he's a part of. I don't know what it is. It's very interesting, and it will keep eating away at me. It'll stay at the back of my mind as I'm reading. I want to know more.
I do know you seem to trust Elias, though.
Yeah, I've been kind of like back and forth about Elias.
Okay, because last episode you were pretty much thinking, yeah, and
I know. I was like really taken by him. He's bearded. He's a part of the beard.
Right. He's Team Beardo.
Beard continuum.
And I love how he's like telepathically connected to the wolves, and all that stuff was really cool. But then I think about like how he's killed like a couple of warders.
Yeah.
It's nasty business, that.
So this guy, and there's a couple of little factoids about Elias that we glossed over.
Ooh.
It was in the beginning of the chapter. He's a pretty good marksman. With the bow and arrow, he like took down an eagle or a pheasant. He took down a pheasant in the air with a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And then he used like a long spear to like get a rabbit or something like that. And Perrin was kind of like, wow. He was
Look at those chops.
But I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm kind of changing my mind with Elias, and I'm a little concerned about his involvement.
Okay,
Right on.
Anyone's involvement. But there's a really cool thing though too about Perrin and wolves. I think we kind of glossed over it. I hope we got time. Shoot. But I guess he keeps having these dreams. Is this in chapter 25? Wait, shoot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We didn't talk about that, and that's something that we should talk about. So he does have dreams. Baalzamon is not in any of these dreams. He just has these basic dreams where he's just like at Master Luhan's table or doing whatever. And he sees that wolves are always in his dreams,
which is really cool. They're kind of like protecting him.
It seems that way. Their back is always to Perrin, and there has not been any Baalzamon.
So that's I like that part of it, It's kind of, they're.
And he is starting to sense the pack, it seems. Like he knows when they're coming in before he sees them. He
always knows where they're at.
Right.
It's amazing. So that's really cool. Anyway.
Okay. So Egwene comes in after she's smelling like White Claw and clove cigarettes. She comes in after partying with Aaron. She had a couple Jello shots, I think. But then she gets serious and she's like, "Tell me they're alive." Gives a hug. He's like, "They are, and she needed that." And the chapter pretty much ends with Egwene walking away, and one of the Tinker wives kind of going and walking with her and speaking quietly.
And Perrin's kind of like taken aback. He's like, "What?" And talking about how Rand would know what she's talking about. And how she needs reassurance and stuff like that. Yeah, that was kind of
on. And it ends with tomorrow would be time enough to worry about the wolves again. He was wrong. They were waiting to greet him in his dreams.
Totally.
And so we got a question from them in the chat here. Elias has some wolf-like ways of acting and thinking. Now that Perrin is sensing what might this portend for Perrin?
Yeah, Perrin's definitely, the wolves have found him, I think. They want him to be a part of their pact. So I guess it is their power over him. They're starting to just put a spell on him. I don't know. I put a spell on you
because you're mine,
and
you better treat me right. You better. I'll do John Fogerty until my throat rips out of my face.
The Fogerty, just amazing. I love that voice. But yeah. I think Perrin's realizing it, and he's kind of taken aback by it and kind of concerned about it, but also welcoming it because it's taking his Baalzamon dreams away or protecting him. So I don't know. It's really interesting.
Okay. We ready to move on to the final chapter, Whitebridge?
We got to.
Okay, let's do it. Chapter 26.
Here I come.
Chapter 26 has the same icon as chapter 24. It is a harp. We have seen the harp before. We didn't mention chapter 25, the traveling people, has a new icon. It is leaves, 3 leaves, and some ivy, it looks like. So new icon, new joy, new you, new me. Look good, feel good. Dirk Diggler. Look good, feel good. You look good, you feel good. All right, let's do this. All right, so Tom's craziness is still going on.
So look,
Tom is as far as his
Yeah, just real quick, we find ourselves in Whitebridge. Here's a map that was provided to us from John from Nablus. He provided everyone with a whole bunch of maps to be using in our content for the content creators. So this is just one of them.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Isn't that cool? This is Whitebridge. Todd, Whitebridge. Whitebridge, Todd.
Awesome. I'm just right outside of there. You can't, I'm like over, I think, to the south, kind of like.
Oh, we could try and find Todd. Todd, you're still stuck in the book, right? Oh yeah, God, we forgot. Todd's stuck in the book. What's going on? How did we get you out of the book?
Don't worry about it. I'll figure it out, man. I think
we'll get you out. We'll get you out. Maybe I'll wrap you out.
I think they're coming back for me, dude. Hopefully.
I like how he's like, that's me. That's me right there.
Yep.
All right, so Tom is continuing with his lessons. Everyone's like, why are you pushing this, dude? This is just a ruse. And he's like, hey, man, life skills. If you're gonna, you better learn. You better learn. There's a lot of good things that a Gleeman can do. He's like, you don't even know if your friends are alive. And they're like, they're alive. Dang it. Jerk. What?
How dare you?
Yeah, Todd. What were you finding significant
about?
Yeah. What are
the beginning? Yeah.
Take us through your notes.
Yeah. I mean, they're still like trying to play this thing that Tom's teaching them to be Gleemans and their apprentices. I really love though how they come into Whitebridge and how Rand explains it, and how the bridge is like towering over the city and dwarfs the actual town, and there it is.
Yep. That little it's kind of the little projectile coming out of that mass.
From end to end, it gleamed milky white in the sunlight, gathering the light until it seemed to glow.
And then Tom, he considers it a remnant from the Age of Legends, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And in this moment, this is something really interesting.
Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes.
Rand thinks he sees a shadow ripple through the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that's all about. I mean,
Hey, nice pickup.
I guess this bridge has there's something to it. It's from an age. It's one of the Captain Doman's Stranger Things of the world. Like, I think that's what I think it is. I don't know.
Nice.
Or it has to do with the Dark One. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Is this where he goes and Tom says, "Oh, I do believe it's an age of," and then Bale says, "It doesn't have to be Aes Sedai work." Right? Is this that, or was that earlier? I don't have the text.
That's it right there.
Okay, so then right after that, he starts spilling some crazy talk. Take us through it.
Let's see. What does he say, Dan?
Well, it says here, Tom says, a remnant from the Age of Legends. I have always thought it must be. So Tom doesn't know. And then he goes, the captain gave a dour grunt. Mayhaps, but still useful to spy. Could be someone else built it. Does no have to be Aes Sedai work. Fortune prick me. It no has to be so old as all that. And then he starts yelling at people to put their back into it, which is kind of sexy, right? But anyways,
could be someone else.
There we go. That's what I like. All right, so the spray pulls in. First thing first.
Real quick, Dan. I think when Rand first heard Bale Doman, he couldn't understand a word he was saying, right? I think all he was hearing was
Arr, 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 arr.
then slowly he started to be able to translate it better.
Bale Doman actually, as a sophomore, was named captain of his debate team in high school because he really knew how to argue.
Oh no! Ah!
Like, subscribe.
Okay.
Bessie landlubbers, shiver me timbers.
Losing my religion. Oh, that's right. Aryan.
Matey.
Oh.
All right. Word up, my man. All right, so they pull in. First things first, Gelb, get the fuck off my boat.
Yeah.
No, fuck off. I don't care where you go. You
Bye.
can't stay here, chump. Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, and he gives Rand a murderous stare too, right?
Yes, probably.
Yep, definitely murderous stares. He leaves, and then we find ourselves in a tavern, correct?
Well, first off, Gelb's like, hey, Tom, a word, please. You're pretty badass with them juggling balls and such. You keep the boys' minds off their work. You do be coming to Ilion with me, and I'll pay you twice as much. And Tom's like, this sounds like a pretty goddamn good gig. Being on a boat, getting free passage, and getting money, and it's like being on a cruise. It's like a Disney cruise. But Rand's like, we are meeting our friends in Camelin. If not, then Tarvalon. And he's like, well, I leave in the morning. You think it over, lad.
And
They're going
money.
They split. Tom seems a little sulky that Rand interjected until they mention first of all, the street. Let's talk about Whitebridge a tiny bit. Tell me about Whitebridge.
So it's a similar size to Bear Lawn, but not as crowded. Rand observes. And he also observes that, the food and the produce that's laid out in all the shops and stuff like that is not looking too good, looking a little rotten. He says it's pitiful, kind of like Bear Lawn, and that's due to the weather, this long winter. And there's a really good quote he has right here. All the folk of the towns seem to stare at something unseen, something unpleasant, kind of like a foreshadow of just hardship and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So it's always picking up on this stuff, man. He really
and that's a recurring thing that he goes to. He notices Perrin looks as if he's seeing something he did not want to see twice.
Right? Yeah, he picks up on things. Man.
So Tom gets the proposition. Rand says, no, guys, no, we got plans. Bye. We're finding our friends. They tell Tom to shake out of his gleaming cloak. They're like, yeah, we're trying to not attract attention. Says, we need to find Moraine and the others, and fast. We should have thought of changing Tom's cloak. Suddenly Tom's like, boom, boom. Hey, all right, boys. Let's talk like men. Come on, boy. Let's be men. He takes charge. Suddenly he starts striding through. Boom, 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 boom. They get to he's like, we got to talk. They get to a inn that is called the
Wayfarer's Rest.
The Wayfarer's Rest. Well done. You come in. There's it's not the best looking inn, but it's not crowded at all. There's a dividing wall. They get some wine, I guess, and go on the other side of the wall. It's
yeah,
probably like a 4-foot wall, let's say, like kind of like, that you can lean on and talk to your chums if it's crowded, but otherwise it's just kind of a wall. Talk to your chums.
Chums. I haven't heard that word maybe in 20 years. Chums.
Chums.
Sure. We're talking to chums. First off, I just want to point out that it's obviously for the immersive effect. Wherever Todd is hiding out, it is getting dark.
Dude, it's
and the
getting
sun
dark.
is setting.
You know what? I got my cell phone though, and I got my light.
Isn't it great that we all have little light bulbs, like little flashlights in our lives?
Luckily, I got a full charge before I left, dude. So we're good.
You ever notice that since we all have cameras in our pockets, we don't see any Bigfoot pictures anymore or any of that shit?
Yep. Yep. You would think we'd all be able to capture it on our phones, but no, what we do see, we see a lot of. Anyways, go ahead.
Show me, Ryan, throw something up right now. What do we see a lot of?
Police brutality.
Oh no, I thought you were gonna have, please, Todd, or something.
Oh, really, Todd?
There we go.
All right, let's move on.
All right, so we learned that the innkeeper's name is Bartum. And Bartum has news talking about Loghain the false dragon had been captured after a big battle near Lugard. They were trying to go to Tear to fulfill prophecies. And the roads were packed because everyone is going to see that they got Loghain.
Yep.
They're
countryside.
Right. And they're like, and I guess the last dragon they had, they would just like throw shit at him and poke him with sticks. Weird.
Just
so
they really drag him through the dirt.
But we hear that Loghain could do things. All right, go ahead, Frank.
Our friend Malkier Talks asked this question.
We haven't gotten there.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's hold on to that.
We're right on the edge of that. Yeah.
Right on the edge of that. So it looks like they're going to Camelin. They'll be taking him there to show to Queen Morghese, which is on the way to Tarvalon, which is what the boys are doing as well, trying to go to Camelin and Tarvalon. So that's the same path that Loghain apparently that they're taking him.
And there's like a proclamation too going on, right?
Correct. And so, do you remember what that proclamation was?
Yeah, it's something about the hunt for the horn is on, and swear your life to the hunt.
Yes.
Claiming the end of the world is coming, the last battle with the Dark One.
Yeah. What is this horn they keep talking about? That's one of our questions I was going to post up. What is this horn they keep talking about?
Yeah, like Tom was singing about it back in Baileron, right?
Oh, yeah.
Correct. In the common room, he was doing a tale of the hunt for the horn.
And the hunt for the horn is kind of like, don't people hunt for the eye of the world too? It's like something, a relic people hunt for. So I guess the hunt of the horn is like the same thing. I forget what the horn is though. Shoot.
Well, here it says, guess they think the Horn of Valir has to be found before it happens, referring to the last battle with the Dark One.
Right. That's it. Nailed it.
And then Tom starts doing a little muttering. It says, in the last Lorn fight against the fall of Long Night, the mountains stand guard and the dead shall be warred. For the grave is no bar to my call.
The grave is no bar to my call. And then there's this interesting passage where we kind of lose Tom for a second.
Right.
It
still seems 1,000 miles away, it says. Yeah.
What is that all about?
Yeah.
Have we ever witnessed that with Tom that specific thing where he's like lost in a reverie? I don't remember. Very unique.
I think, yeah.
Flashback.
1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Nom, Denang.
Back in now, man. All right, so the Barnum's like, yeah, bro, the hunt for the horn. You did that really well. You can make a lot of money here, and in fact, I probably won't even charge you for your wine. And Tom's like, chump, I can get this. This is what everyone does. That's scale. Yeah,
this place is a dump.
So while Tom is in his 1,000-yard stare, Rand says, "Yeah, we're looking for some friends. We're looking for like 3 girls and 4 guys." And he's like, "Get the fuck out! Here, you finish up, and please just get the fuck out." He seems really disturbed by that.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he knows who they are.
First, we have some weird, like Weasley dude who is licking his lips and is talking all as if he's in a rush and then as if he's not, and doing all this stuff. The guys think he's crazy, asking about just them as well.
Totally. I know who that is.
So Ryan, what's that question now?
Who is that crazy man they're talking about? What's your guess?
It's got to be Pat and Fane.
Yeah.
Right on.
Gotta be.
And then and the next question is, who's the scary man he keeps talking about?
Oh, the scary man. Yeah, there's like the innkeeper actually goes into it and explains what it is, and it's a fade. It's a murder all.
All right. So what are your thoughts on that?
I like what he says though. He's like, you feel it. Like when the guy looks at him, you feel it like an icicle shoved into your spine.
Yikes.
I love everybody's like description of murderals and fades. They're always like so freaking like just
nobody ever sees him coming. He's just there all of a sudden, day or night, freezing you where you stand.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this? We haven't necessarily seen a fade interacting with humans. We've seen that he was a scary dude that was not chasing, but kind of stalking Rand.
Yeah.
We hear that they tried to, kill it or a fade in the 2 rivers during the attack. Now a fade can just walk around and talk to people.
This blew me away. It freaked me out, man. It's like, oh man. I thought it was just like way more personal, like one-on-one kind of like attacks. And but now they could just walk around like in the plain day. I thought they were like only able to go around at nighttime and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Okay, so we see that a Mirrodol came around asking for them as well, and even mentioned a white-haired Lehman.
I'm imagining this guy was like just standing at the he's at the urinal and he's standing there going to the bathroom, and then the fade just kind of slides in the urinal next to him and looks over.
Have you seen 3 and 3
I peed on my shoe.
How did you get it? Anyways, yeah.
So
it's weird to think of him just going through. It's weird to think that he can just kind of walk into a tavern and start talking to people. That was cool.
Yeah. That takes a fade to a new level. We hadn't heard that they can talk. Besides that, Narg said Mirrodol won't talk to you.
Right.
Yeah, but that could be a euphemism for just gutting you with a
right. Exactly. He wants to talk to you.
Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, I've had some girls over to just have some talking, but
oh no.
And
you gutted them? Is that what? I don't understand this at all, Todd.
I'm talking about.
All right.
I know these things. No.
So he says, yeah. He tells him about the big scary guy. He comes in and says, that's fine. Here's your money back. Just drink and get out, please. On the other side of the wall, suddenly they hear the word Trollocs, and they peek. They do the. They do the quick peek, and there's Florin Gelb.
Gelb.
Talking about what happened on the spray. Very real stories, by the way. The Trollocs did attack them. Yeah. But everyone's like, hey. Arr.
Sorry. Everyone was like, go on. That was perfect timing.
So, oh no. So Gelb starts like defending him stuff, and they hear about the three. So it's like, okay, things are gonna happen.
He also accuses them and Dolomon of being a dark friend, which is
correct.
Like such a dick move.
Correct. Right before. Oh, go ahead.
Official correction. Okay. A fade. Already talked to Rand and Barlon. They talk.
Okay, and that is a very fair point. I still got the idea that it was a scary monster as opposed to just something that could just cover their face and interact with barkeeps.
Yeah, walk around in the day and like just chill in the town.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that.
But thank you very much. I do appreciate whenever Ryan's wrong, by all means, please email him at Ryan at theinternet.com.
Ryan.me.
So Tom sees what's going on. Beforehand, he was like, yo, lads, this is stupid. These guys are probably dead. We have free passage to Ilion. This is where we want to go. Rand's being a stubborn little nub. Matt's like, you know what, Tom, why don't you just go fuck off? And Tom's like, if you want me to go, I'll go. And Matt's like, bye. Go.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
With the hand, with this dagger. Like
right. Go.
He's about to pull like a Han Solo with Greedo, man.
But now that they're hearing Gelb talking about this stuff, talking about the Dark Friend spreading all of his blah, 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 blahs, Tom is like, nope. Suddenly the spray is not safe for us. The Mirjaw is going to hear it just as well as half this town. We need to get out now. Matt, are you still being Mr. Blah Blah Plants or are we cool?
Fine.
They sneak out the window. Out the window.
That was harrowing. The moment too, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just like creeping along the wall. I mean, it was harrowing, but being chased by Trollocs is harrowing. Sneaking out the little window.
That's true.
Oh, what? Look what you just did, Dan. You just diminished his experience. Take that. That is not the way. That is not the way.
All right,
you just
fine.
bullied
All
me.
right. All right. Todd, I'm glad that you got unusually scared. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so they get out to the alley. They get out to the alley.
Yep.
They
Matt wants to bolt, but Tom has to grab him.
He's like, no. And Matt's like, so why are you even helping us? Why don't you just? It's easier if you just go on your boat yourself. And Tom starts telling a story about his about his FU buddy, about his
FU man,
about his nephew named Owen.
This is very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he says, you could say Aes Sedai killed him. Thoughts?
And Rand says, oh, I know Aes Sedai only do that to certain men. So I assume that Owen was someone trying to wield the power, possibly. And that he tried to get gentled, but they just killed him because he wanted to break the world or something. I don't know.
Right on. Okay. So we hear that he has this at least somewhat he wants to get his mind off of Owen. And if he helps these kids, he feels like he's helping.
Oh yeah, he thinks that he could have helped Owen, and I guess that's like his thorn in his side.
Right, but he was like too distracted with something else that he doesn't really define.
Right.
Before they leave the inn, Tom does divide out all the coin and says, all right, you take this, I'll take this. Yeah, just in case we get separated. Hopefully we're not. In fact, we're not going to. It's so silly. But here, you take this, you take this, you take it, and I'll take mine. And he gives him a little advice saying, you two will make out all right by yourselves. You're good lads. Just keep clear of Aes Sedai for your lives.
That's huge.
Yeah. So Tom goes, he says, hey, hang tight, dudes, my dudes. I'll be right back. Comes back wearing a cowl. Doesn't even look like Tom. Almost freaks out Rand. Matt already has his dagger out because they think it might be a fade or something, but ta-da, it's old bushy brows himself, Tom.
Let's analyze that real quick.
Okay.
Why didn't Tom just change in front of the guys? Like what just happened? What is that all about?
I didn't think about that.
No, I'll think about it now. Is it fucking Superman? Did he have to jump in a fucking phone booth and like come out with his costume?
I mean, I thought he just went and bought like the dark brown cloak or something, but I didn't think he has that cloak, I guess, already.
Or did he just murder? You're like, oh, you guys stay here, and he's just like shaking a couple people, getting this off this guy and this off that guy.
Oh goodness! Oh goodness! I figured he went into the dressing room, and those pants just fit so nice. I'm just gonna wear them out of here. Can you scan them with? Do I have to take them off? They're like, no. Yeah. Go ahead.
So so they still have that like ink blot, like the little white ink filled thing on there.
Well, it's hard to get the little security tag off when you're still wearing them, but they can do it.
Even Gleeman have these troubles. Yeah.
All
right. So Tom comes back in. He's like, all right, you guys didn't notice me. Cool. All right, we're going to go. And they start walking out. They go into the street. They're taking a couple street. And suddenly it says where the fade had come from, he could not begin to guess, but it strode towards the three of them with a slow deadliness. Oh, is that when he noticed them? Oh, no, I'm sorry. It says he ran his eyes across the open area over people moving about on their daily business. And when he brought them back, a mirror draw was halfway across the square. This is right in the middle of the damn town. This mirror draw is just walking across. Tom says, don't look at his face. Don't look at his face. And it's hard for him to pull his face away. Tom says, hey, you think you can outrun this guy? I don't know how to answer that. Hey, Gravel, you think you can outrun a fade?
Hell no. Hell no.
Well, when I tell you to run, you keep running and you don't stop until you get to the Queen's Blessing at Camelin. 3, 2, 1, go. Push.
Run.
Go. Tom does not follow them. Tom instead charges the fade.
Knives out.
At 3, so he says the Queen Blessing. Remember now, run. He says run 3 times. Rand obeyed. The Gleeman screams pursued him.
Man.
Apparently everyone in the square is like boning out. This is the major upheaval in Whitebridge. Everyone's booking out the gate. Matt and Rand book out the gate.
I was there, bro.
Yeah, you were there. Okay. So how was it? What happened?
It was crazy. People were jamming out of the city. Like, I didn't know what to do. And like Rand saw me and he was like, dude, he just grabbed me. He's like, what are you doing? Come with us. And I followed him. Yeah, people were going crazy. It was like the guards were just like, whatever. They like took off too, I think. And like,
Right. Everyone, there's no one was checking the gate. Everyone just kind of ran out.
Dude, it's
And
crazy. Yeah, but I looked back but I saw like Tom tackle him, and it was like they were just thrashing about, like totally wrestling, but like I didn't see the end of it, so I don't know what happened. I just heard Tom like screaming.
Well, everyone bones out. For Rand and Matt, keep going. They keep going. They run past to where like all the people stop, like kind of going out that far. Rand has Tom's instruments.
Rand, we got a real quick. We got a nice comment. Spare Time says, the man, you guys started the show with Tom versus Murdral scene. That's a series of paintings I'm currently working on. Sweetness.
Oh, I can't wait to see him.
Yeah, we would have used them for this episode personally. Can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
So, sorry, interruption.
So Matt and Rand are pretty forlorn. They start walking to Camelin. And it ends with sometimes Rand looked back, but the road behind was always empty.
Always empty.
Oh, yeah.
That's page 377. And Todd, you motherfucker, we have gotten past halfway.
Yeah,
we've gotten past halfway, Todd. How do you feel, baby?
Dude, I am in it now, man. I feel great. I'm a little afraid right now. I got to figure out how to get out of here.
All right, no, I'll wrap you out. Let me freestyle you out. Ryan, give me a beat. God damn it. I want to give a little nod to our first-time reader and friend named Todd. He's stuck in the books over near White Bridge. He got caught for just a smidge, but we're wrapping him out. We're bringing him back. Todd, you cannot hang out there and slack. You need to keep reading. You need to keep rhyming. You need to keep doing this without fucking. All right, hold on.
Love it.
All right. East, west, north, south. Never mind. All right, never mind. I can't do it.
Brody.
I put a cookie in your mouth. All right. It's been a long show, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Is there any other questions, Ryan, that we can adjust?
When are we going to get better at that is probably a good question.
No.
Right.
That's me. No. I understand.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, Marty Beck wants you to ask, what are your thoughts on Matt in this chapter?
I don't know, man. Matt, I didn't like how he was like always trying to pull like a Greedo with Tom. He's got a really thing a bit.
Hold on, pull a Greedo?
Yeah, like Greedo. You know when Greedo tried to shoot Han Solo under the table and the Moss
Greedo, I know. Tell Jabba I got the money.
Hey, Han shot first. Hashtag Han shot first.
Han shot first.
All right, here's another question. Is Tom dead?
You know, I don't think he is, man. Tom's a badass with the knives. And he's a Gleeman. Like Gleeman, they have magical powers, right? They could make things.
Hold on. So David Sedaris is kind of a Gleeman. Do you think he can beat up a Myrddraal?
He might have a fighting chance.
Okay.
Famous for his repeated appearances on NPR. Great pull.
Thank you. He does short stories. He tells stories.
He'd have a fighting chance, yeah.
Well, that was great. I want to give a special thank you to the Will Reeds for appearing on our show. That was a great spontaneous appearance. We had reached out to them earlier in the week. This was Brother Dan's idea, saying, hey, man, we got some nautical friends. We know these people have some experience, and it worked out great.
Indeed. Yeah, they do a live stream. If you Patreon, it's only $1, and you guys can I'm sure everyone watching on our stream right now is probably involved with that. But yeah, if you aren't, find them on Patreon. You can get some exclusive content from the Wheel Reads.
All right, everybody, we are going to be heading out. Todd, thank you so much.
Yeah, don't worry about me, guys. I'll get back to the real world.
Okay, so
I was about to say you always have your book.
Dude, I have it, man. I got it. It's here
okay,
with me.
don't burn it. Don't burn it in that little fire that you're making.
Wait, guys. He's inside of the book that he's holding. This is layers upon layers. This is
my gosh.
This is
happening. What's happening?
Inception.
Inception, Matrix. Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
Christopher Nolan will love this. No.
My book has magically changed. Suddenly it says Todd dove into a thicket of trees and was never seen again. Oh no.
I see a copse of trees and I'm gonna get some wild tubers. I'll be fine, dude.
You got it, my man. Go full Bear Grylls.
All right, bud.
Thank you, guys. See you, Todd.
Next week, Todd.
Right, later.
We are.
Thanks, everyone, hanging out. Bye.